So traders, back again here on the screens. Thank you for this small break. Not much happened here. We have 2 minutes to go to the 10 o'clock turn here on the DAX, in every market, of course. Not only the DAX, we're trading almost unchanged, 550, 570 open range, 530 to low so far. So we still are trading in this range. S&P is slightly lower, 2470 down from, let's say, 2480, 85 earlier. Still in the overnight range here, as you can see on the left side of the screen here on this chart. So we have a special request here from Saulius to talk a little bit about the Alligator Indicator, and I will show you that live, of course, on my trading account, on my real trading screen. Well, both are real trading accounts, of course, but I would not destroy here my paintings on our trading page. That's why I simply change here the page to my other system. And if I'm right, you should see now. Come on. So can somebody give me a heads up? Is there anything visible on your chart, on your screen? Sorry, can you see my trading chart here? Because funny, normally I see here a green borders. Yeah, you can. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is my real trading screen here, and what you can see here on, or my education screen should say, sorry. I take here S&P 500 cash market, and I start with simple, let's write this here, with a simple bar chart. Here, common bar chart, you know this, how this looks. So we go simply to the indicator menu, and we add indicator, and this indicator is called Alligator. Alligator is nothing else than moving averages, different moving averages. We can see here the properties of this moving averages, so the inputs, the lengths, and so on. This alligator is called because it looks like a mouth which goes open and which is closing on how the market behaves. If we have wild swings, wild directional swings, then the mouth is wide open. If you have a sideways market, then the mouth of this alligator is more or less closed. We will go to details then a little bit later. We have here the parameters of the so-called jaw, teeth, and lips. So the three different moving averages are called jaw, teeth, and lips. That's why it's also called a mouth or what else. Three different colors, of course, three different time periods. You can put what you want here. The basic parameters, standard trend, standard numbers here are like this. You can find it in MT4, of course, as well, with the same parameters here. You can adapt these parameters, of course, how you like. So it's like every moving average, it's a lagging indicator. It follows the market. The indicator direction shows nothing else than the market direction. And first of all, we need this, or we can use this indicator as a timing instrument. Basic knowledge here is if market trades, let's say, above the blue moving average, above the red, and above the green moving average, we have a strength trending a market to the up, like here. So I need some paintings here. So here we go. If market, and when I say market or talk about market, I mean simply the bars here, the high, low, open, close. If these bars are above the moving average, and the moving average, the red and the green one crossed the blue one from below to the up, we go from a down move in an up move, in a bullish move. And as long as the market stays above this moving average, especially above the blue one, we have a market which pointing to the upside. Vice versa, we have the same situation here. Market, the bars are falling below the blue moving average. All the three moving averages start to cross, giving us a sell signal, and market starts to turn lower, as we can see here, until the market turns up again above the moving average. So given the fact that this moving average is the important one, we have, if it is a razor, we can go to the following situation and going to increase here this little bit. And I take now simply here the latest down move here on S&Ps from 2600 down to 2400. Let's analyze a little bit in depth what happened here. First of all, this section here is a sideways market. As we can see, we came from a down market, bars below the moving average, from a down market into this sideways market. We traded above the blue moving average, below the moving average again, and above. And the mouth of the alligator itself is very closed, as you can see. The moving averages itself are very close together. They are showing no direction except a sideways direction. So this is a classic example here of a sideways move, not tradable based on this system, of course. It's a trend following system, and based on this picture, it's a sideways trend and it's not tradable here as of now in between in this window. But of course it changed here when market traded 1, 2, 3, 4 bars below the blue moving average. The blue moving average has been crossed by the red and by the green one here in this situation. Here in this situation, crossed down. Prices are trading below all three moving averages, and it looks like we start here a down move, making lower lows, lower highs on the bars itself. You see lower lows, lower highs on the bars itself. Classic bear market, down market here based on that system. So how we use it as a trading opportunity or as a trading instrument. I'm going to delete it again to make it better visible. So we came from this sideways sideways situation. Maybe we traded the long side, we traded the short side. We were losing money here based on that system. But I say always following the rules. It's a question of time. the market will go into a directional move again. So we have, we have up moves, down moves, and sideways moves, and all these trend following indicators are bringing only money on the directional moves, down move or up move. I use here 2 hours time frame. I will show you later. We can go down to 5 minutes, and it's still useful to follow the system. Here to learn the basics, to see the basics, I go to a higher time frame here on this. In this case, in this chart, it's a 2 hour chart. So how we use it as a trading opportunity, as soon as we know that it's a new trend, and we know that because the bars are below the moving averages and the bars making new lows here, traded here a low, and we traded here a new low, here a new low. So we know it's a trend to see down, and from this moment on, we can use the green one, the green line here, as a selling opportunity. As soon as the market touches the green line, we have a sell opportunity. You see here the first sell opportunity on the green line. Market is trading down. Here making a new low, confirming the trend to see down, making a new low, confirming the trend, making a new low, and so on. And market starts to rise here from lower low, higher close. This is not a buy signal. This is only a signal that the trend maybe will pause, will reverse a bit. We have the color is changed to blue, and the market indeed starts to rise a bit against the green moving average again. And we have the second sell signal at the green moving average again. Same as before, market making new lows, confirming it's a trend to see down. Spiking up here, making a low, low, higher close, bullish, and market simply starts to look for the green one again. As we can see, sold off from the green one, we get confirmation, lower lows, and so on. The market goes into a sideways consolidation, going to the green moving average again, giving us the next signal. And now we have something slightly different than before. We have close above the green moving average. We have even the second bar here on these readings, which trades below green and red. We have the third bar, the blue one here, which trades against the red. It's not yet a buy signal. It's still a sell signal, and it's still, market is still on the short side. We get confirmation with a new low here, trading a new low, confirmation of the trend to see down. Market reversed again here and to green, maybe give us the next sell signal. Sell signal is confirmed here with by a new low, but what we can see now on this bar here, market rises, for what reason else, rises above the blue, closes above the blue one here, and says, hello, careful, close this short position, you entered here at the higher level. We close the position only to see that the market is breaking lower again with that bar, confirming the trend we had already in the past, confirming the trend to see down, making new lows, making new lows, making new lows, still below all the moving averages, trading up again here to the green moving average, giving us a sell signal. Sell signal is confirmed by new lows, and so on and so on, going back to the green one, giving us the new sell signal, and waiting here for confirmations to see down, or, of course, it's always possible, or start to rise again, going above the blue and telling us to close this short position. We entered here maybe, we entered here, or we entered here. So this is basic readings of how to use this alligator and these three moving averages to build positions, to enter positions. I'm going to delete all this to make the picture clearer again. Actual situation here on this 2 hour chart, we traded this morning right at green. Sell signal, it was the 2480 level. Sell signal making a new low here, confirm with this lower bar that the trend is possibly going to the down. So if you trade here on the 2-hour S&P chart, it's still a very clear trend to the down. What we can expect here, of course, as always, are some technical patterns like flag or wedges or what else. Very good, very nice visible in S&Ps are always these flags and these wedges before market breaks down. So most important moving average is the blue one, because if I have a close above the blue one here on this 2-hour chart, it simply tells me to close short positions. Vice versa, we have the opposite, of course, on the bullish. On the long side, we will analyze the same what I told you now on the bear market here on the bull market. We start here with this bull move here. Give me painting. So markets came down here on bearish mood, as you can see, trading below all the moving averages, sell opportunity, sell opportunity, sell opportunity, and finally this bar telling me to close all the short positions because market maybe starts a new trend to the up. We get some kind of confirmation here, or we got some kind of confirmation here. Moving averages are crossing red, green above the blue one. We have the situation here. Bars are above the blue moving average, which act as our stop level. And now we start to play here the long side. We pick up as soon as market is at the green moving average, we pick up some longs. We're waiting for confirmation. Confirmation will be higher highs. Market turns down again, giving us the second buy opportunity here. Red, green, maybe a little bit iffy because you don't know will we close below blue, but we didn't. So still a valid buy opportunity. Stop below blue, market confirm this trend or this trade with new highs, trending nicely to the upside, testing the moving average, confirming the upside, testing the moving average, giving us a new buy opportunity, confirming with new highs, next buy opportunity, confirmed with new highs, and so on. Opening gap, something else here. Market turns down, and we're coming here into a situation where the market trades between the moving averages, falling below the red moving average, testing the blue one, still buy opportunity. If you are on the long side, it's nothing else than a gap fill, as you can see here. Still a buy opportunity. Market confirms my buy here with a new high. I can expect more highs to come, but didn't. Market falling down and closing here. Very important, closing here. This bar closing below the blue moving average, telling me, oh, Boris, close all these long positions you entered here or where else. If you have still any longs, close it here. We have here a clear sign that the market will turn lower or maybe turn lower. We don't know that in that situation when we have this close. We got this confirmation here with a strong move to the downside. We got the first consolidation to the upside again, and the game starts at new trading at the green moving average, giving us a sell signal. So we have now the uptrend and the downtrend, and I took here, as you can see, the 2-hour chart, not a very volatile, let's say 10 minutes, 1-hour chart. There is enough time, very clear, to see enough time to consider the size of the direction of the position, long or short. It is enough time because every bar is 2 hours here. So this is more than 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So you stay in that trend, in that trade over a longer period of time, useful for any swings. So basic trading ID here on this Alligator. I go back again and clear all these things here, and I will show you what I use still as a additional kind of confirmation for the trend. I simply go to add a new indicator, another indicator, and this is called Supertrend. It's one of my favorite indicators on the swing system. I simply take the Supertrend standard indicator to find in any MT4. If not, you can download it for MT4 very easily. I add this Supertrend indicator, and I maybe should use other color than this blue. Let's say give me here a green one maybe, and the down give me here the blacks, better visible maybe. So now we have this additional indicator, this black and this green line, and I use it for nothing else than confirmation for the trend. We see very clear. We see very clear. Here is, let's say, take a red color here. We see very clear what the trend is doing. We have a trend change, and I'm only interested in trend change. A trend change is nothing else than telling me, please close the prior position or start to think in the opposite direction. Here, when bars are below the moving averages, I told before, and also below this Supertrend indicator, market is pointing to lower prices. And as soon as the market closes above my moving averages given by Alligator, closes above this Supertrend indicator as of here, this is my indication, hey, something changed on that market. Market will turn possibly direction, be careful, and then we start to play as said before. Market is above moving average. We start to play our game here, buying. And as long as this green moving average here, this Supertrend, sorry, is nothing else than moving average, but we call that Supertrend. As long as this Supertrend here stays green, we have confirmation that the trend is to the upside. And suddenly what happened here, the market turns, it looks like turns to the down, at least broken my Supertrend indicator. It changed the color here from green to black. In that case, you can choose any color you want, of course. And it's an early warning sign for me that something happened in this market. Without this indicator, we know only here that something happened in the market. Here was the signal in line with moving averages and so on. But very often the Supertrend tells you before, be careful, something will happen. And we have a very clear signal here. Market turns down, changed color, and we are still making new highs here. So we are still in, based on the moving average, we are still on the long position, but we see here first a lower low. If thinking long still, based on the moving averages, we may reverse the ID here. We closed between moving averages, and we have already the Supertrend telling us maybe the market will turn down in the next time frames. And we got this confirmation, same play as before, and we have our Supertrend indicator here. I follow this black line now, acting as, let's say, as resistance, as stop line if I'm on the short side of the market. Okay, going further again here, deleting my paintings, going further with this Supertrend indicator. We have a next situation right here, market rising above with this bar here, above this Supertrend, which was bearish, showing us the bearish side before, as you can see. Market turns color, turn up above moving averages and showing me, as long as the moving average is green, I'm on the long side. I look for buying opportunities. Market is above moving averages. selling down to moving average is a buying opportunity here until market turns down below my moving averages, and I get confirmation here as soon as market turns below the Supertrend indicator that the direction from up, it was in fact here sideways, it was not up, but chart told me it is up, so sideways I make maybe a loss here. Until we get the next directional move here, I use it as said as a timing instrument. Market turns black or red or what else here, turns to the downside, and I start to use here all these moving averages, this testing of moving averages to enter short position, to add to short position until the market starts to turn again. Actual situation here as of now, bearish. We are below all the moving averages. The Supertrend indicator here, black. Maybe I should paint it to red. Now we have red candles. The candle turns the color in line with the color of the Supertrend indicator. Here is green, here is red. It's self-explaining what happened here. Bearish as below, let's say 25.20 still here. Market needs to rise here above this moving average to turn the market around. Needs to break on somehow this Supertrend indicator, then showing me possibly a new trend to the up with higher highs and higher lows. I have a third indicator here on the bottom. It's called Trend Strength Indicator. It's simply an additional confirmation of an early trend change. Simply use it as a crossover method. Let's say we have some crossovers here. Here's some sideways, not readable sideways. Maybe telling me something is going on here on the upper side because the trend strength indicator is sideways. Doesn't make a new low, but let's see first only the crossings. The crossings telling me the general trend of the market. And again, I use it as timing instrument here. Crosshair, as you can see, if you compare it to the price above, it's a little bit before the price itself turns. Here, good example, trend strength indicator here giving us a sell signal while the market is still on green here, sideways, but still on green, and start to fall only here on the market itself, while we had the signal on the trend strength indicator before already. Here, trend strength indicator giving us a buy, or giving not a buy, but a signal that market may reverse. Market reversed, but only to the moving averages, slightly above. Closing my position here only to get a new short here. Despite this volatility, despite these volatile markets, you can see it's very accurate and actual situation here. If you need only this trend strength indicator is a sideways reading. Here, sideways readings, not to use the indicator as alone here to read something, it's sideways, and we see only in price that we are below moving average, and we are still in the sell mode, sell situation here on this 2-hour chart. We can use the same, of course, on the 1-hour chart. The readings are the same, but the market is more volatile. More volatile means you have more false signals. If you go lower, then this trading system gives you more loss, more false signals, more false breaks, up, down, up, down. If you have very long trends, then it's working, of course, but as soon as we go into a sideways trend, then this system gives you many false signals if you are below the 2-hour time frame. So I suggest to use the system on a 2-hour time frame and higher. So 2 hour we spoke before here, and 4 hours it's worth the same. You need combination of moving average and super trend, and then you can see very nice how these markets behave. So my suggestion, 2 hours and up, you can use the system as a swing trade system to be in positions. Very often I show you the 5-minute chart. Same situation here on the S&Ps on the 5-minute chart, but you need to have some experience to trade these indicators on a 5-minute chart, because it's very, very volatile, as you can see. Many wrong signals, or not wrong signals, but maybe premature. You can use it still to take 10, 15 pips. So if you want to trade very, very fast in, out, then you can still use the system. But as said, it gives you more wrong signals than, let's say, a 2-hour. Best is my 2-hour chart here to see the swings over some days. So let's see here on that swing, the position is still short, or no, I should say the latest signal this market gave us around 2,570 here, around this level. Sorry, I'm on the wrong number. Here, this last signal was around 2,600 here. Since then, the market is on short side, except here, this situation we had with the spike higher, spike lower. We are closed here, of course. We are looking for new shorts. Maybe we are short new here on this 2,520, and we are still here on the short side, still confirmed by this this green moving average and possibly lower lows. Be careful here, or I tell you, if I'm in this position, I would be careful, because I see here on my trend strength indicator 2 things. First of all, I see a sideways, as said before, a sideways move, not tradable here by this indicator. But what I see here is the following. You see the bottoms, the price bottoms are still pointing lower, while the price bottoms of the indicator is pointing higher. This is called the divergence. This is an early warning sign that the market may turn around. So that's early warning sign that here the bear market S&P may turn around. It's not yet a given signal. There is no confirmation yet. It's only said, hey, be careful. And after this bar yesterday here, low, higher close, you know what I mean with this positive divergence. It's quite possible today to see that the market will turn around. We will follow that. This chart, this 2-hour chart, we will follow that during the day. I will show you often what this market is doing, or what this chart is doing, and if there is a new signal or not. Yes, Saulius, from my point of view, to follow the swing trades, it's the 2-hour system has the most clear signals and not many wrong signals. And if the signal is a false signal, that false signal means you have a buy signal and 2 hours later it's a sell signal, and 2 hours later it's a buy signal again. So like here, for example, it gives you a loss, of course, but the loss is limited, especially if you trade then the directional moves. You get paid back, of course, for this loss you made on the system, maybe here. If you are fast enough, you can even make money on that here on these moves, of course, because it's 20, 30 bucks here in between. You can make money until you have a new signal, which is confirmed by Supertrend, Alligator averages, and lower lows, lower highs. Always look for these three. How to say it? For the situation that really the market is below or above, in that case below, and you trade really these lower lows, lower highs. which is basic chart techniques, you know, low lows, lower highs, to confirm the trend is to sit down. All right, traders, this is my short excursus here to the Alligator Indicator and how we use it. Of course, we will observe this now for you in the future. Every 2-3 hours, we will check the indicator and we will check the trend, what the market is doing, and then we can see it in real time. Is it working or not? If you have any questions on that, please feel free to drop me a line here on the chat. And yes, I recorded this video and I like to put it now somewhere on the web page or somewhere. I will show you then where you can download or where you can view this video. Thank you guys here for following me. It was a short excursus here on the Alligator Indicator and how we can use it. Thank you guys. So meanwhile, back to the actual markets, we see market is still a little bit under pressure, not by much. 530, 570 opening range on Xetra, we're trading at 530. So not much to see here. Unfortunately, all my paintings are away. I have to make my new paintings, but okay, that's not a big deal. S&P is 2470, traded a little bit lower. No big deal, still in the overnight range, overnight high low. Interestingly, gold, as we can see, a little bit lower. Look for this 1250 level, 53, maybe 53 is our first Fibonacci possible buy opportunity down to 1250. And interestingly, dollar Japanese yen, I told you about this buy cluster or this demand cluster, should say, at around 111. It's this one here. On the daily demand cluster, 1080 to 11 working here. Market starts to show maybe higher highs, higher lows, at least in this M5 short-term indicator. 111 support. It looks like it works. And what else here on Euro USD? Should be lower, it looks like. I told you not to short it until 1470, 115. Not much to read here on that. Waiting. And I said, DAX, we are still here. In the open range, 550, so not much to see here. It's 10:30. Do not forget OPEX, 1 o'clock Central Europe time, maybe some wild swings at around 1 o'clock. And after 1 o'clock, we see possibly a new direction. Saludos, you can also use this system, Alligator with Supertrend, I showed you before, on the daily chart. You can even work it on the weekly chart. If you are an active trader and you like to have more than one position per month, you should use it, as I think, on the 2-hour chart, possibly on the 4-hour chart, depends on how much time you have. But for me, best signals and most of profitable trading system, profitable trading signals coming out from the 2-hour chart. All right, thank you once again. I stop this video now, of course. The screens are live and I'm here live, but I stop the recording here as of now.